Hello, my name is Rick Morris. We're on a journey to reach our purpose and destiny, or find out what our purpose is and reach our destiny. We're on step 21. This is episode 3, and it's titled Pride. I want to tell you a little story. We had a group of people that were really dedicated to help others, and one of the people in our group brought this man to our gathering. We had a little house gathering, and he became a kind of a project. And this was over several months. His name, I believe, was Rick. Had the same name as I do. Maybe that's why it stuck with me. But anyway, he was homeless, and he was dirty and didn't smell good. Uh, he needed glasses. He couldn't see very well. He didn't have all his teeth. So this little group of us, we took him on kind of as a project, and we got him some glasses. Uh, he got a shower. People came up with some clothes. Um, got his teeth fixed. One of our families took him in, and he had a place to live off the street. He got a job, began to turn his life around and become part of society, or at least the way we saw it. And about 6 months went by like that, and one day, it's hard to believe, but he twisted off. He went back into the world and got high and uh, got back on the street. And so we began to search for him and try to figure out what was going on or help him. And one night somebody brought him to our group, and I was puzzled. I was greatly puzzled because I couldn't figure exactly out what was going on, what we did wrong. And so I asked him point blank. I wasn't trying to embarrass him. I was just trying to understand. But it was in the group meeting. I said, "You got your life back. You got some teeth. You got your eyes fixed, place to live. Why, why would you throw it all away and get high and go back out on the street?" And he looked at me. He thought for a while. He looked at me and he said, "I guess if I had to boil it all down to one thing, I guess it would be pride." I, I, I was I was taken aback. I was flabbergasted. I couldn't understand uh, how the word pride could come out of his mouth about what he had inside of him that was uh, having him throw everything away. And then I spent some time thinking about it later, and I realized he didn't want to conform to society. He had a pride in him where he didn't want people fixing him or telling him what to do or trying to help him. He wanted to do it his own way. He had a character defect of pride, and we couldn't see it. He could see it. It took him a little while to see it. Yeah, I don't think he wanted to get rid of it, but that's what he told me. It was a shocker. So today I want to talk about pride and see if we can take some of the mystery off of it, because it is an important, uh, it's very important to God, a very big issue. Now, this step 21 states, conversing with God builds a lasting relationship. And I picked up this verse: God opposes the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. Submit yourself therefore to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw near to God, and He will draw near to you. That's James 4, 6 through 8. So I'm gonna, just like always, I'm gonna ask a question. I'll pause, then I'll give you my answer. But I want to pause, and you can pause the video and see what you come up with. Question is, how low does a prideful man have to go before he is humble? How low does a prideful man have to go before he becomes humble? Just like the fact that everyone has a different path to sobriety, everyone has a different bottom. Pride may be the toughest character defect in our heart to get rid of, or it's up in the top 10 for sure. If we don't kill it completely and pull out all the roots, it can sprout again and regrow in our heart. How can I tell if a prideful man now is humble? Now, that's a good question. Really, only God knows. The reason it's hard to tell if some people have pride is because of false humility. They can act like they're humble, and it can be very deceiving. They can even deceive themselves. What is the best thing we can do when we see a pride problem and we think we have the answer? In other words, we got this person who's a friend, very close, maybe a family member, and we see a pride problem and we think we have the answer. What's the best thing we can do? Well, sometimes what looks like a simple answer is not correct. For example, maybe the timing's not right. Maybe there's hidden facts we don't know about. Maybe we don't have the whole picture. Kind of what the deal was with Rick. Though it's sometimes hard to believe, but maybe they aren't at the bottom yet. You can think they're at the bottom. He looked like he was at the bottom, but maybe they aren't there yet. The best thing we can do is pray. Ask God to help the person uproot all the pride in their heart. And it's a tough one. It's a big issue. Okay, I got another question. When my child or grandchild has a great week in school or a fabulous day playing football or a football game, is it wrong to be proud of them? Well, that's a great question. It's best to answer this question with some explanation. God hates pride because when we're proud of ourselves, we become haughty and we think we don't need God. That's why He hates it so bad. We think we don't need anyone or anything. The words, "I got this," describe this attitude. I don't know if you've heard people say, "I got this." The "I got this" attitude is one reason why people in recovery relapse. Another phrase is, "I'm the best," and it's a haughty phrase. So, back to the question about being proud of a child or a grandchild when they have a great accomplishment. Of course, we need to be happy for them and encourage them. Encouragement to a young person is critical for their self-esteem. They need it. It crosses over from encouragement to pride when we tell them a statement like this: "You're better than anyone else on the team," or "You're the smartest kid in the class." This goes beyond encouragement and plants a seed of pride in their heart, way back in their childhood, and they got to deal with it the rest of their life. So, phrase your compliments carefully. Don't uh, don't have a lack of encouragement. but don't plant seeds of pride in the young ones' hearts. Regarding ourselves, we always tell them how pleased we are when they're excelling in sports or in school, and we do the best we can, and whatever they face is going to build positive habits for the rest of their life. We can tell them that. Do the best you can. Because whatever you face in life, if you have positive habits, they're going to pay you dividends the rest of your life. They'll remember statements like that. We fall into pride when we boast about how great our kid is to our friends or family. It's full blown, it's full blown pride when we say my kid is a chip off the old block. He's going to be great, just like I am. That's pride. Okay, I get it. Humility is good and pride is bad. We understand that pride is hard to get rid of. What do we do to clean out any vestige of pride that's in our heart? Well, first we have to see it. God has to shine His light on it. He's the one that can show it to us. If we pray that prayer and ask Him to shine His light on it, then think about after you pray that prayer, think about what you do or say for a few days. If pride is there, you will see it. You'll see it if you want to see it. After I see pride, how do I get rid of it? Well, share with God what you see. Ask God to forgive you. Ask Him to remove it. If you're serious about removing pride from your character, it has to go. It will go. Be alert and tenacious so that it will not return. Becoming humble will change your life. Change the way you look at life. It'll change the way you relate to people. Remember, being humble is not being a doormat so that other people can walk on you. Absolutely not. That's not humility. Being humble is allowing God's grace to guide you through every storm. Your responses mean everything. When someone says something hateful or does something awful, your response will show that you're firm, you don't let people walk on you, but you do it in humility. Also, humility makes us teachable. When we can learn from anyone, even children, if we listen carefully to what God is saying through them, we will become humble and we'll keep a guard from around ourselves from becoming prideful. I hope this is helpful. We're going to go on to the next episode.